How to get shit done. In this video, I'm going to share with you my brain dead simple way with a piece of paper and a pen and how you can get shit done. Hey fellow dadpreneurs, Adam Dukes here. Welcome back to a video. Rocking the old Dadpreneur t-shirt here again. If you want to order your own, go to totaldads.com and click the shop button up in the upper right hand corner and order yourself a Dadpreneur t-shirt. Makes a great holiday or Christmas gift. Anyway, so in this video, I'm going to talk about habits. Last weekend, I went to an event, a YouTube influencers meetup. Sean Cannell, I think his name is. He's got like 1 million subscribers on YouTube, a guy I've been following. I just realized he is based here in Vegas, and he does a monthly meetup. And I went last Saturday night. There's about 50 people there, and got talking to a few of the guys, that I spoke with, and I found a common theme. A lot of them were still planning to get started. They had not started a channel, or they did, and they one guy took a 2-year hiatus. A lot of it was fear of failure, fear of getting on camera, fear of judgment, and others was time. I don't have the time. The one guy told me he was moving, and he couldn't start because he's moving. And I said, well, you can do YouTube anywhere. It doesn't, it works anywhere. And he goes, yeah, but I'm moving to Korea. It works in Korea too. I don't know why that made any difference. But like I said, a lot of it was the fear of failure, fear of starting, fear of the camera, fear of whatever it was. A lot of these guys were planning to start a damn channel. I told them I had 330 plus videos. Now, I started my channel almost 10 years ago. So, but they were shocked at the consistency I've been putting out videos. I do 2 videos a week, and I shared how I do it. And on Twitter about a week and a half ago, I got in a discussion about habits and how I track them. Now, I use a phrase, a quote. It's from Chris Drucker, I think his name is. It's a variation of his quote. It's just I changed up the wording. I think I misread it years ago, and I started saying it that way, and people started quoting me. I was like, well, not necessarily. It's really his. I just I screwed up the quote. So I always say you can't improve what you don't measure. So here's what I do. I've tried apps, I've tried spreadsheets, like digital spreadsheets on the computer, and I always come back to a piece of paper I print out every single Sunday night and or Monday morning. It's my weekly action plan, and I have daily disciplines that I track each and every day. I break it down into 4 categories. That's just what helps me. Mind, health, relationships, and wealth. So I have daily, I call them daily deposits that I need to make in those 4 buckets, because they're all equally important. I've found they're kind of like a wheel, and if I'm slacking on, let's say, my health, it gets a flat spot on the wheel, and everything else ends up, it's going to be affected at some point or another. So I try to improve all 4 areas of my life each and every day, with the goal of 1% better, 1% better, 1% better. That whole slight edge, the compound effect from Darren Hardy, that thing. And actually, I think this is some form of Darren Hardy's spreadsheet. So I'm not saying I claimed it. If you want to get this, click the link below, totaldads.com/habits, and you can download yourself a little spreadsheet. So like I said, I write these down every week. Some I do 5 days a week, some I do 7 days a week, some I do 6 days a week, some I do 3 days a week, some I do 1 day a week. And I jot down, in every Sunday night, I jot up the number, and then I circle the percentage at the very bottom. And then I keep them all in my desk drawer. I have these I started doing this in 2015. I don't think I have every single one of them, but I have a lot of them, and I can kind of look back, reflect, and see how I do. So I am very competitive, and I try to complete 88%. And so I told someone that on Twitter the other day. I was like, I try to complete 88%, and they're like, where the hell's that number come from? And I was like, I'm embarrassed to admit this, but it's not science, it's not research. My birthday's August 8th, 1981. I love the number 8, so I picked 88. That is honestly the only reason. 88's a pretty good number, of course, like a B plus, I guess, in school. But that's why I picked the number. So that is my goal each and every week, is to hit 88%. So this week, right now, ending today, I have 79 points, or 79 out of 79. That's the score. So I'd probably have to get about 68 or so to hit 88%. And Like I said, so I break it up into 4 categories. So some of the things in the mindset category are I practice gratitude. I write down 5 things I'm grateful for each and every day. That's one of the first things I do in the morning. The second one is I box breathe. That's the first thing I do in the morning. I get up, I start the coffee, I lay on the couch, then I box breathe. I breathe in for 4 seconds, I hold for 4, I exhale for 4, I hold for 4, I inhale for 4. So that's one revolution, like a box. Navy SEALs do it. I think like fighters do it. It's very good to calm the mind. It's a form of meditation, and I found I just really like it. You can do it driving. Obviously, don't close your eyes, but you can literally do it anywhere. You don't have to do 10. You could do 60 sessions if you want. You could do 5. It literally only takes a minute or 2. It really helps me. It really helps calm my nerves, gain clarity. I'm much more patient with the kids. That's something that I'm always striving to get better. So give it a try, box breathing. So that's another one. Another one is I visualize for 5 or 10 minutes. I sit and do nothing. Sometimes I do it. I lay on the floor before I go to bed. Sometimes it's in the morning. Sometimes I sit in my car and do it, depending on where I'm not driving, of course. But I sit and shut my eyes and I just visualize. And I try to get all 5 of my senses involved. A lot of times I'm visualizing the kids, us laughing and playing and being happy. Like that's the main thing that I visualize. In a different house with my white Tesla. Of course, I got some materialistic things I visualize, but mainly it's the kids being happy. And then also getting emails, messages, and comments from people that my content helped them do something in their life, help them improve their life, help them lose weight, help them take action, help ask the girl out, help improve their family life, their relationship with their kids, whatever the hell it is. I really don't care. But I visualize getting those messages. I've gotten them over the years, but I visualize getting them a lot, like nonstop notification. So those are the things I visualize. Another one is I read for 20 minutes. That's something big that I just read for 20 minutes. The next one is the health category. So back in August, I wanted to do 100 push-ups a day. I've been saying I want to do 100 push-ups a day all summer, and I never did it. I didn't do one set of push-ups. I don't think I did one push-up. And finally, I was like, shit, why don't I add it to my list? Sometimes I forget. It's right in front of my eyes. I added it to my list in mid-September, and today marks the 84th consecutive day of doing 100 push-ups. So I've done 8,400 push-ups in the last 84 days. And it's because I wrote it down. That's it. The first day I wrote it down, I started doing it. I haven't broke the streak since. Like that, it just works for me. When I write the shit down, it gets done. Next one is no sugar. That is like taking away oxygen for someone like me with a sweet tooth. Now I do this 6 days a week. I cheat on Saturdays. I have some cheat meals, maybe some cookies, donuts with the kids, but no sugar. I'm not perfect with this. I'm not going to say I'm perfect with it, but I do no sugar probably 5 days out of the week, sometimes 6 days out of the week. And I used to eat sugar every single day, but it's because I wrote the damn thing down. Next one is daily walk. I just added this back into my state, and to be honest with you, the last 3 weeks I've done a shitty job of daily walk. Next one is in bed by 11. I've always gotten about 6.5 hours of sleep. 6 hours 38 minutes I think I averaged over the last 4 years because I use the timer on my iPhone. I've been staying up later and later lately, 12:30, 1 o'clock. When I get the kids, they are up at 6 o'clock. Pretty much on the dot, and I'm like, shit, like, I was getting less and less sleep, and obviously I'm not going to get them to sleep in later, so the only thing I can do is go to bed earlier. So I read a book on sleep back in October, the importance of it. It really opened up my eyes. It scared the shit out of me, and so I wrote, go to bed by 11. That's one of the things. 6 days a week I have to go to bed by 11. It's on my sheet. I'm doing a damn good job of it. I'm getting about 7 hours, 15 minutes, 7.5 hours every single night because I wrote the damn thing down. I'm getting better sleep. I'm noticing a difference, a ton more clarity, more patience with the kids. Once again, it's a recurring theme. See, that's a struggle of mine. I'll 100% admit it. So that I don't know. Writing it down really helps me. Next one is relationships. So read to kids. So last week or this week right now, I had them 4 nights out of the week. I had them 4 nights. So I read to them 4 times. So it was out of 4. Another one is attend Celebrate Recovery at my church. There's a thing called Celebrate Recovery. It helps with, like, it's not like drugs and alcohol. It can be for drugs and alcohol and gambling and all that. It's for people that just have life issues. I go to a men's group. We talk men's issues. There's about 12 or 15 men. Every Monday night we go in there and we just share what's on our mind. It is insanely helpful for me. So that is one. It's only once a week, so that is 1 point. I do that every Monday night, but I make sure. But that's in the relationships category. It could be in the mindset category too, but I'm building relationships with other men. It's really nice to kind of get around other men and kind of share the struggles and realize how fucking similar we are to each other. How many men struggle with anger, stress, anxiety, depression? It's amazing. We're so similar. Another one is I like to drink alcohol. I wouldn't say I was an alcoholic, probably borderline to be honest with you. I like to drink alcohol. It wasn't like a daily thing, but every Saturday night I would drink alcohol. Every Friday and Saturday it used to be. I went to the hospital for it in 2016. That scared me for about 77 days. I was sober, fell off the wagon, got back to drinking again. And I woke up Easter Sunday this year and told myself, I'm going to challenge myself to 30 days without drinking. And I didn't get in trouble. It wasn't a bad hangover. I had like 2 drinks the night before. I don't know what it was. I just said, I'm going to challenge myself to 30 days. I got to 30 days. 30 turned into 60. 60 turned into 90. Here we are, 7 months later. I have not had a drink of alcohol. That's the longest time I've ever went in the last 19 years of my life. And it's because I wrote it down on a piece of paper. Honest to God, that is it. And I wanted it to, of course. I don't miss it. I don't crave it. I don't think about it. I was at a friend's house. I was at Amanda's house last night playing cards. They were drinking. Didn't interest me whatsoever. I was not tempted in any way, which is insane to think about after going from about age 18 or 19 drinking every weekend of my life, and sometimes multiple days in that week. But I wrote the damn thing down. So, little side, that's just kind of a little testimonial of this shit works. And then I have wealth. So I have business activities. I do 2 YouTube videos. I've done 2 YouTube videos every single week since July 1st because I write them down. That's how I do them. I try to tweet 25 times a day. I know that's insane. It helps with the YouTube views. It helps build up my audience. I was doing 15 tweets a day. I was doing that really consistently, 6 days out of the week for a couple months, and I just last week increased it to 25 times. And I did pretty good with it because I wrote it down. Next one is I try to post 3 blog posts on the Total Dad's website. I try to email my database twice a week. And again, I write it down. So this is what has helped me get my shit done each and every day, how to win the day. If you want to download the spreadsheet, go to totaldads.com/habits. There'll be a link down in the comments below. Hey, if you like these types of videos, make sure you hit subscribe and click that little bell notification. It will alert you every time I put out videos every Monday and Thursday for your viewing pleasure. As always, if you have comments, questions, or concerns, drop them down below and I'll do my best to answer them. If I can't answer them, I will point you in the right direction. I will find a resource for you. I'll try my best to get the question answered. As always, thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. Thank you.